You're the only person who remembers the Cold War. What is the hardest part about living totally obsessed with defeating communism when nobody else remembers what communism is? I was a teenager in the 1980s, and I remember the Cold War vividly. I remember the fear of nuclear war, the constant threat of Soviet invasion, and the propaganda that was everywhere. I remember the drills we had in school, where we would hide under our desks in case of a nuclear attack. I remember the movies and TV shows that depicted the Soviets as evil villains. I remember the music that was banned because it was considered too pro-communist. I remember the protests against the Vietnam War, and the way the government tried to silence dissent. I remember the feeling of living in a world that was on the brink of destruction. And then one day it was all over. The Berlin Wall fell, the Soviet Union collapsed, and the Cold War was over. But for me, it never really ended. I still have nightmares about nuclear war. I still get anxious when I hear about tensions between the US and Russia. I still feel like I'm living in a world that is on the brink of destruction. And the hardest part is that no one else seems to remember. My friends and family don't understand why I'm so obsessed with the Cold War. They think I'm being paranoid. They don't understand what it was like to live through those years. They don't understand the fear, the anxiety, the constant threat of annihilation. They don't understand why I can't just let it go, but I can't. I can't forget what it was like to live in a world that was on the brink of destruction. I can't forget the fear, the anxiety, the constant threat of annihilation. I can't forget the Cold War.